There are many different things between men and women we all know. For instance, most men like to watch football, while some women would rather watch the newest reality TV show. Men would rather go hunting and fishing, while most women would rather go on a trip to find the cutest new outfit. At a restaurant, most men will order a steak or a cheeseburger, while most women will order something like a salad or something light. Most men do outside chores like mowing the grass or trimming the trees, while most women will stay inside, do the inside chores like the laundry and cleaning the house. There are many differences between men and women, one being communication. As written by Deborah Cameron in her article on Guardian.co.uk, women like to talk, men prefer actions to words. Men and women have different views on a lot of things. One in particular is communication, and how they communicate differently. Today we'll be looking at how men communicate, how women communicate, and how men and women can communicate with each other, and how to make it easier for them. If you were to talk to 3 out of 4 men, you will come to find out that men communicate in a way where they like to have simple, plain, and bottom-line conversations. Most men aren't the type to sit around and listen to a story that is long and dramatic. According to Gina Gray in her article from Suit101.com, men use their intellect side, or the rational part of the brain. That is why men often jump right into solving problems. In 2006, the popular book, The Female Brain, claimed that on average, women speak around 20,000 words a day, while men, on the other hand, average only speak 7,000 words a day. Men like to talk about things like facts, and just like to get things done. As written by Robert Nieme in the article Men and Women Communicate Differently on growmind.com, men especially do not like to talk about their emotions because they really don't know what their emotion is, because they have been taught throughout the years to hide or shut off what he is feeling. When a man does know his feelings, he is almost embarrassed to show it, because most men do not like to show weakness or fear. When men communicate, they feel they are communicating for a purpose, not just to talk. Men have a hard time sitting there and listening to women's dramatic story because they find no purpose in it and often find themselves daydreaming of all the other things that they could be doing. Men like to talk about facts and things that are relevant to them, while women like to talk to form relationships and have bonds with other people. Women often converse straight from their heart. When women are telling stories, they tend to add in every detail. Women are not afraid to express their emotions and know how to listen to other people. Women know how to say the right things to other people to help soothe them. This represents the nurturing side of a woman with their creative energy. Women are also better at multitasking and are better verbally skilled than men. Women will bring up a subject not to find a solution or anything, but to just simply bring it up and talk about it and let people think about what she is saying. Women like to talk about people, relationships, and feelings. Women are also more sensitive when receiving and giving communication to others. Women are more nurturing than men, which only makes sense because women learn how to nurture when they are pregnant with their child. Once the child is born, they are the mother of their children. Being nurturing, caring, and sensitive would play a huge role in the explanation of why women are more sensitive and caring, and that would be the part of the reason that women communicate differently than men. Obviously, men and women communicate differently, forecasting some pretty good collisions once in a while. Women feel like men don't care, and men feel like women think about it too much. But maybe they need to step back and look at their differences on how each other communicate, and try to understand them. Just because men and women have completely different differences when it comes to communication between the two, doesn't mean that things won't work. There are different things that men and women can do to try to help each other with their communication. The first thing that can be done is trying to understand one another and understand why one another thinks and feels a certain way. Women, you can chunk conversations down because men like to have conversations that are simple. Breaking ideas down allows them to feel more comfortable about what is being said because they don't feel like they got a load of words dumped on them. Women can also leave out most of the details. When you add in too many details, you lose the man you are talking to. Men, when discussing an issue, avoid your temptation to try to solve the problem right away. Instead, sit back and listen to what she might have to say. There are many other things that men and women can do to better their communication, but it all starts with the first step of trying to understand each other. Obviously, it is true that men and women have a lot of differences, but it is also true that these differences can come together to make something great. Men and women have differences on a lot of things. One in particular is communication and how they communicate differently. We talked about how men communicate, how women communicate, and how men and women communicate together, and how to build their communication skills stronger. So the next time you're communicating with the opposite sex and you are so annoyed and confused that you're about ready to pull your hair out, remember that there are differences between the two, and understanding the differences might help you realize the reason of why you feel you can't get through to them. I was over. I wasn't?